right, guys. Well, if you're trying to buy tickets to World Cup 2026, you know what's not going to entice you? Probably the logo. If I handed this in to my art teacher, my art teacher was like, come up with the logo for World Cup 2026. What grade do you think I would get if I handed this in? I don't know. I hate kind of.
What grade are you in?
If you're kindergarten, you get an A.
Yeah.
But if you're in high school, like this is barely passing. And I hate to poop on the creative work of people. I know it hurts.
So someone paid a lot of money to create that. You know that.
But this,
like some marketing firm is like,
point.
this is genius. This was the best one they could come up with.
What is this?
Millions of dollars for that.
Where does it scream? Mexico, United States, Canada. What does that scream to me? It screams that I can get my crayons out and color it in and maybe make my own colors. I don't understand, Ollie, your thoughts on World Cup 2026. The logo.
It's disappointing. Like, this was basically like the launch event for the tournament and the start of kind of the build up to the tournament. And it's like, what is that? Like, I think what they're trying to do is make it really customizable so they can change the colors based on different cities. I just saw scrolling on Twitter that they've come out with the Toronto colors, which for reasons beyond me are green and blue. So I think they're trying to make it like adaptable in that way, but you end up with something that is so adaptable that it's just like literally empty shapes as far as I can see, with a World Cup in front of it. So I don't know. I'm disappointed by this genuinely, because you look back at some of these tournaments in the past, you know, you go back to the 70s, 80s, even further, and you remember some of the iconic kind of artwork and imagery around these tournaments, right? It's a big part of the World Cup. And this to me is just about as unmemorable a design as you could come up with. It's just so bland and so lifeless. Doesn't tell you
one of the best.
Exactly. It doesn't tell you anything about the countries, the hosts involved.
Brilliant.
Big thumbs
the
down.
One. I had this on I had that USA 94 in a starter jacket. I was rocking when I was just a young lad. It was brilliant. But I'll defend it to a certain degree. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I'm not gonna lose my mind about it either. This is what happens when you have 3 countries hosting a World Cup. What are you going to create that symbolizes all 3 nations, which are so different in so many different ways? You weren't going to appease everyone, so let each host city color in the graphic however you want. I mean, we're at a time where everything's being just bland. Everything's bland. You don't want to offend. You don't want to this is the world that we live in today. So do something completely non-offensive. Andy, you said how they come up with this. I think I have a theory. Star Wars is very popular. If you can bring this up, the logo back up. Jesus, it looks like someone just stuck the World Cup trophy on the back of a stormtrooper. That's what it looks like to me. A stormtrooper is walking away, and they just glued on the World Cup trophy on the back of a stormtrooper. Why not piggyback off, Star Wars? Why not?
That 6 looks like a curling rock. Maybe that's what's so Canadian about it. Got some curling in there with some soccer. I don't know. It's very bizarre. I don't typically like to pick on logos, just like I don't really like to kind of dissect kits or jerseys. I'm like, but it's just when it's so bleh.
Oh, it's so easy to do.
Yeah, it's just too easy to do.